Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market alert for Thursday, October 13th. With no major developments on the European debt crisis today, investors on Wall Street are shifting their focus to corporate earnings. And the biggest name on today's calendar is JPMorgan Chase. Third quarter profit at the financial giant fell 4%, while revenue was flat. JPMorgan said it faced a challenging banking and capital markets environment, but it held on to its #1 ranking in investment banking fees. The results actually topped expectations, but JPMorgan shares are losing nearly 2% in the pre-market. The nation's other big banks are falling in sympathy. Bank of America and Citigroup are both down around 1.5%. Both of those companies are set to report their quarterly results next week.
Those losses are dragging down U.S. stock futures ahead of the bell, and the European markets are also broadly lower. Banking stocks are among the biggest decliners there, but retailer Carrefour is also sharply lower, falling more than 5% in Paris trading after cutting its profit guidance amid an increasingly uncertain economic environment. But one of the biggest stock winners in Europe is Alcatel-Lucent, jumping nearly 8%. The Financial Times reported that the French telecom equipment firm agreed to sell its corporate call center services unit to private equity firm Permira for up to $1.5 billion. Meanwhile, Asian stocks finished mostly higher, despite a report showing that China's trade surplus declined in September, indicating weaker than expected growth in both imports and exports.
Investors are also digesting some economic data this morning. We'll bring you all the details of the weekly jobless claims report and the international trade numbers for August after the opening bell. On the corporate front, we're seeing more declines in shares of Research in Motion. The company apologized to customers for days of outages in BlackBerry services and said it is working around the clock to fix the issues. Subscribers around the world have been having intermittent problems with email and browsing for 4 straight days, and Research in Motion is falling another 2.5% today. After today's closing bell, we'll get quarterly results from Google.
Checking in on the asset markets, the dollar is gaining back some lost ground against most major currencies, including the euro. And that relative strength in the dollar is weighing on commodities this morning. Gold is dropping about $10 to around $1,670 an ounce, and crude oil is tumbling for a second straight day, now trading right around $84 a barrel. That's the latest from Weiss Research. We'll be back after the opening bell with all the economic data and market reaction.